To play football for the simple reason that it is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2 days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity, and that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals. To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. If you look at all my teammates here tonight, it would be impossible to find better examples of men who embody that work ethic, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
The fish just don't jump in the boat. You know, meaning you better go out there and do it yourself. You know, don't fucking wait around and wait for someone to hand deliver something. Go make it happen. You know, the fish don't just jump in the boat. If you want to go catch them, go catch them. You know, throw that line in the water and go do some work. And if it doesn't work that day, do it again the next day. So, and I think the procrastination, that's probably not good for any of us. You know, I think we want to go out there and do it. Fuck your tired body. Fuck that unmotivated mind. And get out there and do it anyway. You know, you better fight yourself, because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You got to figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You got to figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, you know, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today? Or do you just give in to your mind and say, oh, I'm tired today, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it, it's too hard, no one else is doing it, it's a weekend, it's too late, these are already off hours, oh, exactly what I want isn't happening right now. Like, okay, great. You know who that's great for? Your competition. You want that attitude to permeate the people that you're competing against. You want them to give in to their mind. You want them to say, oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. But you want to be the one that says, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to myself that even on days that it doesn't feel right, I push myself.
What you're looking for is in the will of trying and not giving up. The love of your dream is in your heart. One day you'll look back on your life and appreciate the struggle and have nothing but gratitude for everything that happened along the way. And you come to recognize that in return, you're given the chance to earn the greatest edge of all, and one that can never be taken away. To anyone who's struggling early in the morning or late at night in pursuit of your dream, struggles that many will never see, and to any leaders out there who believe in someone who doesn't yet believe in themselves, keep going. Keep going, because will always finds a way. I want to live a great, impactful, purposeful life, and I want to impact people from the lessons that I've learned and see if people can learn anything and try to relate it in their life some way. I've been fortunate to learn the right things, and what I believe to be the right things, what worked for me. So I wrote them down, because people ask me all the time, hey, I want to do it. How do I do it? What should I do? And I said, okay, well, let me think about it, and let me articulate it in a way that people can understand. I wasn't blessed with a lot of things that they wrote about. They want someone tall, they want someone fast, they want someone strong, they want someone that can, have all these physical traits. But I didn't have all those physical traits at the time. So I had to work to develop other traits, leadership, perseverance, determination, work ethic, discipline. And then you get to be a professional athlete, and everyone's really talented. Well, what other skills have you developed? You know, you can't just rely anymore on being the most gifted, being the most talented. What other things have you been able to develop? And I was fortunate to be in very competitive environments. I'm not going to bring the typical, you know, what you're looking for.
Now just a minute, they have no timeouts left. Brady again throws. Here's Brady. Not much pressure. Throws out to Redmond again. Redmond. Right. Here's Brady again. Up the middle, caught. And it's Troy Brown, and he gets out of bounds, and they might be in Vinatieri's range.
This Patriot team, they are letting it all hang out.
Right now, it would be a 53-yarder. Here comes the blitz, and here's Brady. He dumps it to Wiggins down to the 30, and now no question about it, they are in range, but they gotta hurry.
48-yard field goal attempt. Set to go. Snap ball down. Kick up. Kick is on the way, and it is good! It's good! It's good! And the game is over!
Fournette was looking for a home. And when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
I don't know why we ever think it won't.
This is another episode of Proof That Astrology is Real. We in Leo season, of course, still. So today we're going to be doing a video on a famous Leo. And that Leo is Tom Brady, one of my favorite players of all time. My favorite football player of all time. Probably in my top 3, like, of all sports, favorite players of all time. So y'all see I got my stuff on. Hold on. Y'all see I got my Patriots Super Bowl hat, Super Bowl shirt for when the Bucks beat Patrick Mahomes. I need to get a Tom Brady poster up there next. That's probably gonna be the next picture I get framed and put up next to Kobe. It's gonna be Tom Brady coming soon. So yeah, so this is one of my favorite players. So of course I had to do him. He's somebody that I knew when I started doing Leos that he was somebody that I was gonna have to do. And he a good representation of Leos, and he show a lot of Leo traits, which I'm gonna get into. So before I get into Tom Brady birth chart, I like to always say the reason why I made this channel. Hold on. Okay. The reason why I made this channel is to bring better insight into astrology, because astrology has become a big topic. It's something that we talk about all the time. It's either some people believe in it, some people don't, but everybody knows pretty much what it is. Most people know what their zodiac sign is. So it's been around forever. So that's why, but a lot of people know about astrology, but a lot of people haven't deep dived into astrology like that. So, and that's why a lot of people don't believe in astrology for 2 reasons. Either A, they haven't did their research, so they naive and don't know, or 2, they think that astrology is the end all be all. So it's as simple as, okay, I'm the zodiac sign, so I'm gonna act this way. Which it is in part true, but everybody's their own person. Everybody's their own person based off of their circumstances, their background, their race. Everything is going, what you go through in life, that's going to shape you as a person also. So we can't be naive to think that just because you're a certain sign is that you're going to act the same as everybody else of that sign. You're going to act, we all act different and talk different based on our background and where we was born. But astrology give us a basic archetype of what the person will act like. If this person is emotional, intellectual, if this person is impulsive, it can tell us a lot of traits that a person would have based on their zodiac sign. And the reason why a lot of people don't act the same, why you can have 2 Geminis, but they act different, 2 Libras, but they act different, and that's because everybody has their own birth chart. So you might have the same sun sign as somebody, y'all both Geminis, because y'all birthday either at the end of May or the beginning of June to the middle of June. But y'all got different moon signs. You can have a Aries moon, like you could have a Gemini with the Aries moon, like Tupac. Then you could have a Gemini with a a Pisces moon like Kanye West or Kendrick Lamar. And you see that Kendrick Lamar, Tupac, and Kanye West all share some of the same traits of they were all three of them as rappers, all three of them like to communicate, all three of them is considered intellectual, all traits of a Gemini, but Tupac is known for being more fiery and outgoing and more like like aggressive and out there than Kendrick Lamar and Kanye West. And that's because he has the Aries moon, which is a fire moon. So he's gonna be more fiery. Kanye and Kendrick Lamar is gonna be more emotional because they got a Pisces moon, a water moon. And that's why they're so big into the way that they make music, and which I'm not going to even get into because, like I said, I'm going all over the place. But anyway, that's why I ended up making this channel, is to bring better insight into astrology. So getting into Tom Brady birth chart. So if you don't know who Tom Brady is a football player, a quarterback. He was the quarterback of the Patriots for 18 years. Yeah, from 2001 to 2019. And then he played, I believe, 3 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he's a famous NFL football player, quarterback. His birthday is August 3rd, 1977, and he just turned 47 years old. So happy birthday to Tom Brady. I'm actually making this video on August the 3rd. I don't know if it's going to be posted on August the 4th or not. So, but as of today, it's Tom Brady's birthday. So happy birthday. And his sun is in Leo, Moon is in Aries, Mercury in Virgo, Venus in Cancer, Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Gemini, Saturn in Leo, Uranus in Scorpio, Neptune in Sagittarius, Pluto in Libra, North Node in Libra, Length in Gemini, then his rising is in Libra. So getting into it. So Tom Brady, like I say every video, your sun, moon, and rising sign is considered your big three. Them is the three that's going to tell the most about your personality. Even though every planet represents something different and every planet matters, your sun sign is the way that you think, your outer self. Your moon sign is the way that you feel, the deeper version of you. And then your rising sign is your social personality, how people view you, your outward, your physical body, and your outward style. So with Tom Brady being, his sun is in Leo. So like I said, that's the way that you think. Your sun sign is what typically what they tell you when you look up your birthday. It's gonna be your sun sign. So his is in Leo. So we know that Leo is a fire sign like Aries and Sagittarius. Leos, all fire signs share in common that they're passionate, impulsive, brave, blunt, and straightforward. It's the things that I noticed that all fire signs share in common with each other. The thing that makes Leo different and unique is that Leo is actually ruled by the sun. So Leos is known for being, even though Leos always like to downplay it, but Leos are known for liking to be in the spotlight, liking to be seen, liking to be praised. Um, Leos are known for being dramatic and over the top. That's why a lot of Leos are actors and actresses, just like I just did Megan Good, who's a Leo. So because they like to be seen, they like to put on a show, they like the spotlight. They the sun, they like to shine. So that's what's unique and that's exclusive to just Leos, them things that I just named. So we can already see them things with Tom Brady, of course. And that's why I said since Tom Brady retired, because the team that he played for with the Patriots was known for being a team that didn't talk too much, didn't, it was an old-fashioned team ran by Bill Belichick. So he wasn't into all of the posting on social media and being, all in the spotlight. Like the Patriots was a low-key team and kind of like a dark team. So Tom Brady really didn't get to show who he really was until towards the end of his career, them last couple years. And then when he went to the Bucks, you start seeing Tom Brady in commercials, movies, posting on social media all the time. And now since he retired, he done been in a bunch of TV shows. He about to be a broadcaster on Fox. he was on Netflix, had a roast about him. So, and he been in a bunch of commercials. So you know that I've noticed like Tom Brady loves being in the spotlight. He loves being seen. He loves being on TV. He loves like you could tell that he loves being on TV. He loves the spotlight. And that's a part of him being a Leo for sure. So I definitely see them the Leo traits when it comes to Tom Brady. Then Leos are known for because they want to be in the spotlight, so they known for trying to look good and being in shape, and like they know for them type of thing, dressing good, dressing well, all of and some of the things that Leos is associated with. And Tom Brady displays all of them traits also. So yeah, so I'm gonna get into do that breakdown of what they say about Leo, Sun and Leo, for anything that I might have missed. There we go. So it says that Leos are dignified, courageous, affectionate, powerful, generous, playful, optimistic, ambitious, loyal, and cheerful. On the negative side, though, they can be quite demanding, intolerant, domineering, lazy, closed-minded, and self-centered. They choose to do things that give them wide scope for creativity, organizing, and leadership. Although appearing strong on the outside, most Leos are inwardly sensitive and their feelings are easily hurt. When this occurs, they can turn on the object of their affection when their pride is hurt. Leos have a decided flair for the dramatic and they enjoy telling stories, being the center of attention, having a good time, and running the show. Mean and cruel acts are generally beneath them, but they do not hesitate to use force when needed. No matter what their actions, they always have the belief that whatever they do is for the other person's benefit. If a Leo is angry, he immediately goes into his kingerly role, mounting his throne and quickly putting the opposition or the challenger in their proper place. Leos literally roar at people when they are angry, but once their triade is over, they forgive and forget and never hold a grudge. At their best, Leos are affectionate, cheerful, optimistic people who can be counted on to bring sunshine into people's lives. They are extremely generous. Money appears to slip through their fingers as if it were grains of sand, and like the sand, they have no idea where it has gone. Leos usually have vitality and good health with strong recuperative powers. When they are ill, they have a tendency to run high fevers. They are seldom depressed, but when they are devastated. Fortunately, their resilient powers are excellent, so they are soon sunny and happy again, unless their heart has been broken. That is the one thing a Leo has a difficulty in overcoming. This can actually lead to physical troubles with their own heart. Leos need to admire their marriage partner. If they don't, the marriage may not last very long. In the end, Leos need to feel appreciated. So yeah, that's all things about Leos for sure. Definitely everything that they said. But we know that how all of these things relate to Tom Brady. Like even when I can see Tom Brady being demanding for sure, domineering, he definitely a leader. So, he did something that really fits into being a Leo, being a quarterback of a team, you get to be a leader in a leadership role, kind of like the Lion. So that's definitely a good job for Tom Brady. It's just like being an actor or being an actress. Being sports is also a good something good for Leos, especially Leo men, because you get to be on the team because we know that Leos, just like lions, like to run in a pack and have their lions like to be alone, but then lions also like to be a part of a group and run their group or whatever. So And then it's a fire sign. So all fire signs can like sports or be involved in sports because you get to, let out a lot of energy. And then it's competition, which all fire signs like also. So definitely I can see all this about Tom Brady being a Leo. Definitely for sure. It all makes sense. Then we know when Tom Brady gets mad, he rarely get mad, but me being a huge Tom Brady fan, I know how it is when Tom Brady gets mad. He really goes over the top. Shout out to Skip Bayless, who always like to call him Psycho Tom when he just loses it. But that's also going into his moon being in Aries. So getting into his moon. So like I said, your moon is your feeling. So Tom Brady has a fire sign for a sun sign and moon sign. So right off rip, he gonna be a fiery person. He gonna be a passionate person. All of the things, like I said, that has to do with fire signs. He gonna be a brave person. It can be an impulsive person. So yeah, so both two fire signs together, you getting an outgoing person for sure. So it all makes sense of why Tom Brady plays sports and why Tom Brady's so fiery and he's an extremely passionate person, for sure. So that's because he got a sun and a moon sign both in fire signs. Now, what's unique about Aries is that Aries is Aries is considered the basically it's the first sign of the zodiac. So a lot of Aries can be it's considered like it's the me sign, the opposite of Libra, because Libra is the sign of partnership. Aries is the sign of self. So a lot of Aries can care about they self. A lot of Aries can be selfish. I've seen that a lot from knowing a lot of Aries, because Leos are considered self-centered, meaning that they very generous. Like Leos is actually one of the most generous signs that there is when it comes to giving and like helping people. I say like Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius is probably the top three when it comes to being giving. But Aries is probably the most selfish sign. Like, they care about what they think and what they want. Not saying that Aries won't help because there's a lot of generous Aries who I'm just comparing them to other signs. So, and then also Aries is probably the most impulsive sign, even more so than Leo and Sagittarius. Aries is real blunt and straightforward. Aries are known for being go-getters. They're the go-getters of the zodiac. They always they want to be the first to do something. And then the Aries is really, unapologetically them. Like that's the one thing if you know about a lot of famous Aries that they are who they are. Like they don't like to lie a lot. They don't like to pretend. They like to just be themselves no matter what. So that's the good, I guess, quality of an Aries. And then I have a Leo. I mean, no, I have a moon in Aries also. So me, Tom Brady, and then like I said, Tupac has a moon in Aries. Chris Rock has a moon in Aries. Um, Cameron, the rapper, has a moon in Aries. T.I. has a moon in Aries. Young Jeezy has a moon in Aries. Like I know it's a lot of moon in Aries. Like, and surprisingly, I know them all because when I was looking at my moon in Aries, I'm like, dang, a lot of people has a moon in Aries. Um, oh, Rihanna has a moon in Aries. So there's a lot of people who have the moon in Aries. So it can be a good and a bad placement, which I have noticed from being the Aries, because being the moon in Aries, it makes you passionate and fiery. So it gives you that drive to go towards your goals and what you want in life. And then it makes you a go-getter. It makes you ambitious for sure. That's the number one thing. That's why a lot of moon and Aries are ambitious. But on the negative side, a lot of moon and Aries, because it's dealing with the feelings, and we know that Aries is a fire sign. So a lot of moon and Aries can have tempers, like which I got a sun in Aquarius, so it kind of balanced out a little bit, but my temper definitely comes from a moon in Aries. And then you can be impulsive also, just like I was saying. So sometimes I can be extremely impulsive, then I can have a temper sometimes. And Aries are known for having a quick temper. Like our temper is quick, but we get over it quick also. So there's some things about Moon and Aries though that I know. So I just wanted to point out. So what it says about Moon and Aries, it says adaptability and inconsistent adaptability and inconsistency in his efforts to initiate are present here. Frequent emotional uphills due to fiery temper are possible. Tom Brady's patience isn't his strong suit, and if things don't go his way, well, he can go off like a bolt of lightning. Tom Brady's tendency is to be spontaneous, temperamental, imperious, headstrong, and he dislikes restraint. Tom Brady's thoughts, actions, and voice are all very plain, and everyone knows how he feels. Tom Brady is unafraid to say what he thinks. Tom Brady can be a very bossy individual if he does not control his moves. A desire to be in the limelight or in charge of things is present. Tom Brady hates showing any personal weakness or that he needs any support, comfort, or nurturing from others. Tom Brady enthusiasm for starting new projects is contagious, and he is probably a better starter than a finisher. Tom Brady is adventurous, courageous, and independent. Tom Brady doesn't like complainers, and he is always ready to meet any challenge. A fair amount of physical activity is good for Tom Brady so he can work off those moves that he gets in once in a while. Tom Brady has a creative, flamboyant personality that likes to trailblaze in unusual ventures. Perhaps Tom Brady's accomplishments cover inferiority, feelings that lie beneath the surface. So, yeah, that's definitely all things that's true about a moon and Aries. So, it says a desire to be in the limelight or in charge of things is present. So that's getting to why a lot of moon and Aries are famous because they can have a desire to be in the limelight. Then especially when you're talking about somebody who's also a sun and Leo, it just goes together. Somebody who wants to be in the spotlight, wants to be in charge, just like the Leo. So also like a lot of because they both are so a lot of with all fire signs, they gonna like I said, they gonna share a lot of the same characteristics and traits. So it's basically double for Tom Brady with his sun and his moon being in fire signs. He gonna double want to be in the limelight, double wants to be in charge and a leader. He hates showing any personal weakness and that he needs support, comfort, or nurturing from others. So that's very true. And I know that from being a moon in Aries, like I really hate showing any personal weakness or getting help from people. So I always been that way. So I guess that would come from my moon in Aries. And I'm guessing Tom Brady is probably that way also. Um, Hates complainers and always ready to meet any challenge. Yes, definitely. A good deal of physical activity is good for him to work off his mood. So yeah, that makes sense with him being a football player, him getting his physical activity, liking physical activity, flamboyant personality, and likes to trailblaze in unusual ventures. I definitely can see that for sure. Cause yeah, I can see Tom Brady has a flamboyant person. He does and he doesn't. It's not like flamboyant like Floyd Mayweather, but it is some of that there that I have seen. Patience is not as strong suit, so I told y'all that definitely all Moon and Aries definitely is impulsive and lack patience. So yeah, definitely all the traits of a Moon and Aries. Definitely I can see that for Tom Brady for sure. So that makes sense. His sun and moon being in Leo and in Aries. So his Mercury is in Virgo. Mercury is the planet of communication, and it's ruled by um, Virgo and Gemini. The moon is actually ruled by Cancer. So every planet has a sign that rules it. So if you have that planet, and if you have that sign in that planet, you're gonna do good in that area. So if you have a Mercury in Virgo or Gemini, you're going to be a good speaker because it's a planet of communication. So that makes perfect sense of why Tom Brady likes to talk, likes to speak. That's why he get into broadcasting. Um, I know he signed like a 10-year deal with Fox, so that's what and it starts this year. So he got into talking. We know that Tom Brady likes to get interviews, likes to speak. Like he's not a speaker, but he he's good at talking. He Tom Brady known for always saying the right things, especially for the team that he played for. Tom Brady is a good speaker for the most part. Like to tell jokes, a funny person. So yeah, that I can definitely see his Mercury being in Virgo for sure. And then Virgo is the earth sign, so it's dealing with practical things. So somebody with a Mercury and Virgo is going to be detail oriented in the way that they talk. Like they can be somebody who think out everything that they say and be real detailed in the way that they talk about things. They're going to be practical in their communication. So things that they talk about going to be, practical things that's, like tangible things that you can like really like, touch, feel, and understand. So that's what a Mercury and Virgo would be like. So it says that Tom Brady is an exciting perfectionist with a clear, logical, and analytical mind with an aptitude for work that requires meticulous attention to detail and efficient organization. Well-grounded, practical, and possessing a great deal of common sense. Tom Brady tends to develop specialized skills in technical enterprise and some practical fields. Knowledge, ideas, and theories do not really interest Tom Brady unless they are useful in a practical, tangible way. Tom Brady loves to analyze, measure, and dissect everything. He misses hints. Perhaps he misses hints, nuances, and subtle shades of feeling and meaning. Tom Brady's strengths are in his precise thinking, careful craftsmanship, and mastery of technical skills. Tom Brady tends to be very good at what he does and is critical of others' work if it does not meet his high standards. Tom Brady is simple, systematic, adaptable, stable, flexible, and good with details. Although he may have a tendency to be pessimistic, sarcastic, intolerant, complaining, whiny, critical, or get lost in the details and lose the forest for the trees. So yeah, so that's the Mercury and Virgo. So this definitely speaks to Tom Brady and the way that he approaches football and the way that he is in football is that he very detail oriented. Everybody say that about him. He definitely analytical and logical. The way that he processed the game, everything that comes, from his Mercury and Virgo, and that is of a Virgo. So he loves to analyze and dissect things. And when it comes to football, he definitely was like that. So all of this explains the way that he approached football. And that could be the way that he communicated football also with his teammates and coach in practical and tangible ways, things that made sense, things that, that you can see. So that's definitely where that comes from is he's able his details to football and why he was so good and analytical at dissecting game plans and the other team's defense. That comes from his Mercury and Virgo for sure. So that all makes sense knowing Tom Brady and how he went about playing the game of football. And then, like I said, that's also why Tom Brady can be a good talker and a good speaker. Next is Venus. So Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and harmony, and it can rule over your love life. Venus is the planet that basically can tell, because everybody look at your sun and your moon sign for compatibility, but your Venus can tell a lot about who you compatible with because it's going to be basically your love language in the way that you like to love. So that's very important. So his is in Cancer. Cancer is a water sign, so it's dealing with the emotions and the feelings. That's what all water signs share in common. That they emotional, sensitive, moody. It's some of the traits that nurturing. There's some of the traits that all water signs share. But Cancer, what's unique about Cancer is the sign of the home life, the opposite of Capricorn. Capricorn rules the work life. Cancer rules the home life. So a lot of Cancers is gonna be big into family. That's basically where I'm getting at. So they're gonna be somebody who, real big into their family, whether it's their kids or their mother and father, brother and sister. They're gonna be real family and home orientated. So that's gonna be his love language. He's gonna be somebody who's gonna want some to be compatible with somebody who is big into family and nurturing. Because that's something else. Because cancers are also known for being nurturing. So it says Tom Brady is quiet, shy, sensitive, sentimental, gentle, and romantic, and his feelings are deeply attached to his family, old friends, familiar places, and memories in the past. Tom Brady places a high value on remembering and commemorating birthdays, anniversaries, family rituals, and other days of personal significance. Tom Brady seeks caring, emotional support, and security in love affairs. Tom Brady can be changeable and inconsistent in matters of feeling and emotion. Tom Brady desire peace and harmony in his home environment. Tom Brady clings to those he cares about like a crab and won't let go. Tom Brady affection and concern for others could become a clingy, possessive, don't let go sort of relationship if not taken too far. Insecurity as well as feelings of being unloved or unnurtured may cause him to overeat and acquire weight. Tom Brady fondness for fatty or sweet foods could be contributing to the situation. His mother is most likely responsible for his feelings of love and affection. Tom Brady likes to be needed, and his personal charm, magnetism, and sympathy makes him a natural caregiver. Tom Brady has a need to take care of others. So yeah, this definitely relates to Tom Brady a lot. I just seen his post today for his kids. You know, for his birthday, he basically posted a bunch of pictures with his kids. So I mean, there you go. So he real big into family. Know that he always posting his kids. You could tell that he loved his kids. He was married, which I'm gonna get into in a minute, to him being married. I think he was married twice. No, he was married to Giselle, but I think he was married to Bridget, his his um his first son mother. I think they was married. I'm gonna check, but like you could tell that he was real big into relationships. He real like a caring and a nurturing person. You could tell that a lot about Tom Brady. He has 3 kids, 2 sons and a girl. He always with them. He always on vacation. Like, he's a real family guy and a real um like real big when it comes to his family and his dad and his mother. He said that his dad is like his favorite person. He always talk about his mother because I think his mother had cancer and she might still do. So like Tom Brady is real big on family, so that makes sense with his Venus being a Cancer. Now getting into who he dated, because when I get to Venus, I always like to talk about who the person dated. Okay, so I guess they wasn't married. They were just dating. Oh yeah, this is the first girlfriend, and then this is Giselle, who was his wife. So yeah, he dated Bridget, and she was in the. If you don't know who she is, I remember her. She was in the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. She was the main girl in I, Robot with Will Smith, his first wife. Then most people know who Giselle is. She was the highest paid model for years. So, but he was with Bridget from '04 to '06, and then they had a son in '07. His oldest son was born in 2007. So he like 16, 17 now. And then he was with Giselle after that. From him and Giselle was together for like from '08 to like 2021. They was together for a long time. So yeah, they was married for 13 years. So from like, but then they were probably together before then. Yeah, they was together for 16 years, but they was married for 13 years. So, Yeah, so because they divorced in 2002. So yeah, they was together for a long time for sure. So let's look at their charts because they both famous, so they both of their charts should be on here. So Tom Brady first girl he dated, his oldest son mom is a Sun in Taurus, Moon in Gemini, Venus in Aries. So and then her rising sign is a Leo. So a Taurus and a Leo Um, it's typically not compatible because earth signs usually go with earth signs and water signs, and then fire signs usually go with fire and water signs. So they not the most they not the best of matchup because it's earth and fire. So they can be a little bit different, but I have seen some Taurus and Leo relationships, but then it's gonna come down to your moon sign also. So her moon sign is in Gemini, his is in Aries. So that goes together. Because that's air and fire. So they moon signs line up. They sun signs just don't line up. And then they Venus don't line up because hers is in Aries, his is in Cancer. So that's fire and water. So they love language and the way that they love is going to be different. So that can explain why their relationship was only 2 years, why it didn't last that long because you could see that they was incompatible in they sun signs and they Venus sign. The only thing that really they matched up and brought them together was their moon sign and then their rising sign because hers is in Leo, his is in Libra. So that's air and fire also. So they was compatible a little bit. Probably was just attracted to each other or just dating because they was both famous or whatever. But so yeah, that explains, they wasn't they I mean that was compatible, like their feelings was the same, rising sign, so the way that they view each other is the same, so they could have been attracted to each other for sure. But the way that they thought and they love language was different. So that could be why the relationship didn't last that long. Getting into Giselle. So Giselle is a sun in Cancer, moon in Scorpio, Venus in Gemini. Then her rising sign is a Libra. So yeah, so right over, they both got the same rising sign. So they was definitely attracted to each other because you got the same rising sign as somebody, y'all can, be attracted to each other and like, both of each other, both y'all can like each other physically. So they definitely was attracted to each other um with their rising sign. So Cancer and Leo doesn't typically go together because it's fire and water, so they can clash a lot. So they sun signs didn't line up. Moon sign Scorpio and Aries, so that's water and fire also. So she's double water and he's double fire. So it can be tricky. The thing about Scorpio though, because Scorpio and Aries is both ruled by Mars or was ruled by Mars because Scorpio is not ruled by Pluto. But Scorpio and Aries can share a lot of the same traits with them both being ruled by Mars and having Mars in them. So they both can be like aggressive, passionate people. It's just the way that they go about it can be different. So the Scorpios and Aries, they can be good friends, but as a relationship, it can be tricky. So that could be also the problem also. Now, his Venus is in Cancer. So that's the thing that I see that really could held them together because Tom Brady love language is that of a Cancer in a way that she think is a Cancer because she is a Cancer. Then her Mercury is in Cancer. So they love language could have been the same. They both big on family because like I said, Tom Brady with his Venus being a Cancer, he's gonna be big on family and big on home life. And then with her son being a Cancer, they both big on family and kids and all of that type of stuff. So that's where they could connect that. Then her Venus is in Gemini, so Gemini goes with Leo and Aries because it's an air sign with fire sign. So her love language still could speak to, relate to him, the way that he think and the way that he feels. So I mean, it is some compatibility there. It's not the most perfect, but like they rising signs is the same. His Venus is in Cancer, hers is in Gemini. Scorpio and Aries can be a tricky relationship. So it's like it's there, but as you know, they did end up getting a divorce and have problems in a relationship. So it ultimately didn't work, and that can come from the differences of her being mostly water, and him being mostly fire. So, water and fire, it's always gonna be kind of a clash because fire signs are blunt and straightforward and tell it like it is, and fiery water signs are moody and emotional. So a lot of times fire signs can rub water signs the wrong way or hurt water signs' feelings, and then fire signs cannot like how emotional water signs is. So it could always be kind of like an uphill battle for the most part. So I could see them having problems with compatibility in their relationships, but their need for love for family and their love of family is probably what held them together because they had 2 kids and all of that. And they both value family. So and then they was a good matchup on paper. She's a famous model. He's a quarterback, of a football team. So, celebrities, it do happen that they do date a lot just, for social status because it's a good matchup. Like, like, okay, like I said with Megan Good and Jonathan Mayer, or Majors. I always be messing his last name up. Mayers or I think it's Mayer, Jonathan Mayers, right? Or is it May, whatever. But, it could be like, I'm an actress, you an actor, so we date. You a rapper, I'm a male rapper, you a female rapper, so we date. A lot of some NBA players date WNBA players, just like you seen Jaylen Brown and forgot her name that play on the Chicago Sky. So that stuff happened a lot. It could just be a matchup that's good on paper, and somebody probably hooked them up, and it was just something good. Like okay, I'm a famous quarterback dating the highest paid supermodel. So, yeah, so it makes sense. I can see it. I can see why they was together, then I can see why it ultimately didn't work out with his the two mother his kids. So, getting back into it, next up is his Mars and Gemini. So, like I said, Mars is the planet of aggression and it can rule your sexual life. It's ruled by Aries and Scorpio also. 'Cause I know it's confusing if you don't know about astrology. It's confusing because the reason why some signs is ruled by 2 planets is because I'm guessing, I didn't even look this up, but this the only thing that makes perfect sense is that certain planets was found later on, like Uranus and Pluto. Them planets was found years later after Mercury and Venus and stuff was found. So at the time when they was making it, they tied 2 planets together because there still was 12 signs, but there was only like 9 or 8 planets or whatever. So certain signs was ruled by 2 planets, but once other planets was found, they they started to realize, okay, this certain sign shows more trace or has trace of this planet that we just found. So certain signs ended up getting assigned to planets that came later on, but originally they was ruled by the same planet. I'm sorry if that's confusing. Like it makes sense, but then the way I said it, it can be kind of confusing for somebody. But like before the other planets was found, certain signs had to be ruled by 2 planets. But then once the other planets was found, them signs ended up being ruled by the planet. But that sign still will show some similarities of the planet that was ruled before it, if it makes sense. But then it would just show some of the traits of the new planet also. So signs that's ruled by 2 planets, like Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. And then I think that's it, because Mercury, because Venus, because some planets, some like Venus is Libra and Taurus is still ruled by Venus. Virgo and Gemini still ruled by Mercury. So some signs still are ruled by two planets because there's still not enough planets that was found that to go around. But certain planets, like I said, Aquarius and Scorpio, who's ruled by two planets, they're going to show traits of both planets, but more so of the newer planet though. But they're still going to have some traits of the old planet. Like for instance, real quick, Scorpio is ruled, like I said before, by Mars. So Scorpios are aggressive and passionate, just like Aries is. And they get that from being formerly ruled by Mars. So Aries are still aggressive people. But with them being ruled by Pluto, that's what makes Scorpio secretive and dark and mysterious and um transformative, like like to transform and reinvent themselves. That comes from Pluto, and that's why Scorpio shares both of them traits. Like Scorpios are deep and passionate and aggressive like Mars, but then they're secretive and dark and mysterious like Pluto. The same for Aquarius. Aquarius, just like Saturn, they can be aloof and cold, and they can be some Aquarius can be disciplined and authority figures and all of them type of traits like Saturn, but then with Uranus, they can be rebellious and technology driven and social and real scientific, and that comes from Uranus. So I'm trying to explain it as quick and as much as I can to get some people who might be confused about that to understand is that why some signs is ruled by two planets and some not, and why, how that plays into astrology. But anyway, like I said, so Mars is the planet of your aggression and your sexuality. So here's is ruled by Gemini. So Gemini, like I said, it's an air sign. It's dealing with communication. So my Mars is also in Gemini. So people with Mars and Gemini is gonna love to communicate. Also they're gonna love to talk and speak, but then also they're gonna have a dual nature. So this is somebody who going to, just like a Gemini, like to be all over the place, doing a bunch of things, doing a bunch of different things. Um, we know that Gemini is associated basically with multitasking. So where's it says about Mars and Gemini. Mentally and physically, Tom Brady is the busy little bee. Tom Brady is constantly in motion with many and various activities, usually several at a time. Tom Brady is happiest when busy and he hates boredom. Tom Brady's mind is alert, active, and constantly seeking to learn more. Tom Brady absorbs knowledge like a sponge, and he will debate and argue with anyone who wants a mental sparring match. A great deal of nervous tension or anxiety can exist with this position, and it is important that he get regular exercise to relieve the stress. Tom Brady talks with his hands and may be ambidextrous or have mechanical ability. Tom Brady should need to think before acting and have patience so that he keeps himself out of trouble. Sometimes Tom Brady just does things for the sake of doing something, and this is not always a good idea. Tom Brady should look before he leaps. Travel appeals to him because he never knows what he might learn or who he might meet. Burns or accidents can occur to the shoulders or arms, probably due to haste. Tom Brady can accomplish a lot in short bursts, but projects that require long-term commitment, stamina, and steady, persistent effort are not easy for him. Tom Brady often scatters his energy into so many directions and activities at once that he cannot finish or follow through on some of them. Tom Brady needs variety, change, and mental challenges. Tom Brady's mind is sharp and he enjoys mental challenges, games, or competitions. Matching wits with someone else really brings out the competitor in him. Tom Brady's drive and energy are more mental than physical. Tom Brady uses his wit, intelligence, communication skills, social sophistication, and awareness to achieve his goals. Sarcasm and humor come easy to him. Tom Brady needs to learn how to conserve energy so he doesn't burn out and concentrate so he will complete projects and carry through on promises. So, yeah, that's Mars and Gemini. A lot of these things are definitely true. I know from being a Mars and Gemini. So, like I said, this somebody who likes to do several things at once. I'm definitely big on that. I hate to do the same thing. I hate routine. So, I guess I get that from my Mars and Gemini. Like, I like to do different things and be, like have my hands into a bunch of different things. Um, he can and then like I said, that this person can uh where did it say he liked variety, change, and mental challenges. He enjoys mental challenges, games, or competitions. So we know that he get that from being a football player, for sure. And that's why I probably love sports as much as I do. Like I love competition, mental and physical, with me being an air sign. So that can make a lot of sense. Why also Tom Brady is a football player. Um, Sarcasm and humor can come easy to him. So we know that Tom Brady loves cracking jokes, um, and being funny. And they said you need to, that you can have problems with finishing projects. You could be a better initiator than finisher. Um, that's definitely something for sure. And then with having the Mars and Gemini and Moon and Aries is that if you don't have Taurus in your chart, or some Earth in your chart, you can be somebody who does a lot of things but doesn't finish what you start. And I can be that way sometimes. A better initiator than finisher. I have noticed that I got better as I got older because that's what's good about astrology and knowing yourself is that you know what you need to work on and where what you struggle at. So that's what I noticed about myself because I like and then sometimes when you're trying to do too many things at once, of course that can be a problem because you can't do it. You end up not finishing everything. So that can be a problem also. So yeah, that's Tom Brady, Mars, and Gemini and how that relates to him. So next is his Jupiter and Gemini. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, and it's the planet of good luck, karma, um, what else? Good luck, karma, expansion, travel, and some of the things that Jupiter and Sagittarius rules over. So his is in Gemini. So we already broke down all the things about Gemini. So it says that Tom Brady is clever, witty, and cheerful. Tom Brady loves traveling because of the knowledge he gains from his experiences and people he meets. There may be a natural talent for learning and speaking foreign languages. As excessive nervous energy may lead to aggravated speech or the tendency to talk too much or promise more than he can deliver. There can be the literally ability of marked degree. There can be a literary ability of a marked degree. Tom Brady mind is inventive with a love of mathematics or other abstract subjects, along with the ability to understand them. Tom Brady is constantly looking for those things in life which will expand his horizons and his own mental outlook or philosophy of life. Mentally, various religions or areas of the law may critique Tom Brady's curiosity. So yes, since Tom Brady is clever, witty, and cheerful, he loves traveling because of the knowledge that he gains. So I think they also said that about was that his Mars and Gemini? They said that he'll like to travel. Somewhere else they said that he'll like to travel. So we know being a football player, you get to travel a lot. So of course there's that. So and then Tom Brady, I'm pretty sure he done been everywhere and traveled all around the world. He may talk too much or promise more than he can deliver. I don't know. People closest to Tom Brady, like his friends and family, probably would know that more. Um, can love mathematics or other abstract subjects. Not sure about that. Only time Brady will know that. Um, he constantly looking for things in life that would expand his horizons and his own mental outlook or philosophy on life. I could definitely see that various religions or areas of the law can critique Tom Brady interests. So yeah, so some of these things, like kind of more personal that only Tom Brady or those like his friend, like his close family and friends would really kind of know. So I can't really speak on that. The only thing I can speak on is Tom Brady is definitely clever, witty, and cheerful, and that he does have a love for traveling. I know that for sure. So next is his Saturn in Leo. So Saturn, like I said, is ruled by Capricorn, and it's the planet of hard work, discipline, restraint. Capricorn and Saturn rules the work life. They're the grown-ups of the zodiac. So it rules over all the adult things. Like, I think Saturn rules money too, right? So my bad. Jupiter and Sagittarius actually rules over money. Saturn rules over caution, delay, construction, limitation, responsibility, rules and regulations, pain, fear, authority, discipline, control, and denial. So, discipline, responsibility, and structure, basically. So, Capricorn get associated with all the adult and grown-up things. So, it can be a real, like, strict and disciplined planet. That's why a lot of Capricorns come across as like workaholics or not having feelings and things like that. So that's Saturn and what Saturn and how Saturn and Capricorn is. So his is in Leo. So we already know all of the traits of Leo being a fire sign. So this is my first time seeing somebody with the Saturn and Leo. So it says Tom Brady possesses diplomatic, organizing, executive and leadership ability along with a strong will. Tom Brady tends to be self-reliant, constructive, and extremely efficient. Tom Brady may have a difficulty expressing his emotions and his affections, which may make him appear cold and unloving. Tom Brady needs love, but may not know how to go about giving or receiving it. This he may isolate himself from others. Tom Brady's love is motivated by strong feelings of duty and responsibility, and he shows his love by taking care of business and doing what is required or by giving material things to loved ones instead of himself, which is what they really want. On the negative side, Tom Brady may be cruel and quick-tempered, jealous, and may resort to underhanded means to satisfy his ambitions. Heart trouble is possible with this position. Tom Brady needs to be admired for his ability to get things done efficiently and effectively. So yeah, that's deep. So yeah, we definitely know that he possesses leadership ability with a strong will, organizing, diplomatic, self-reliant. So all them things definitely is Tom Brady, conservative and extremely efficient. He may have a difficulty expressing his emotions and his affections, which may make him appear cold and unloving. But like I was saying earlier, he really known for being like a loving and affectionate person, but he might also have this side to him for people that really know him. Like he might not be, or he might maybe as he got older when he was younger, maybe he wasn't that good at expressing his feelings and showing affections. Because they said that there's somebody who can buy their kids or buy people stuff instead of like saying I love you, will buy you something to kind of, show that I love you. And then say he may isolate himself from others. And then he has a strong need for duty and responsibility. So definitely know that for sure. Definitely have a strong need for duty and responsibility. He can be quick tempered, so we know he gonna have that anyway from all the fire in his chart. He can be jealous. Um, so I mean, only him and the people he dated would know that. So yeah, I'm gonna read some more. Oh, it says Saturn and Leo influence personal growth, making you an achiever who can target goals and manifest desires effectively. You love to be the center of any group, even on professional front. So, so yeah, definitely can be somebody who's an achiever who target their goals and manifest them. And like they keep saying, they do it effectively. I don't know if I was saying efficiently, but effectively. So. Yeah, I definitely could see that with Tom Brady for sure. Next is his Uranus. Uranus is ruled by Aquarius, and it's the planet of rebellion, technology, friendships, sudden events, forward thinking. It's just some of the things that Uranus rules over. So Uranus is the planet of sudden and unexpected changes, rules freedom and originality in society. So yeah, Aquarius also and Uranus also get associated with being humanitarian. That's another thing. Um, Aquarius is the humanitarian sign, and then a revolutionary sign, then originality also. So them the things that rules Uranus. So his is a Scorpio. You know, Scorpio is a water sign. Like I said, ruled by Pluto, so it's dealing with death and transformation, secrets, and all of the things like we like to keep hitting. And Scorpios is big on uncovering the truth. So Uranus and Scorpio natives tend to be passionate, empathetic, intuitive, and intense. They have a drive for freedom and tend to think outside of the box. So can definitely see that. Definitely no passionate. He gonna be that anyway from being the Aries, having a moon in Aries and a sun in Leo and all the fire in his chart. Empathetic, intuitive, and intense. So yeah, he gonna be intense anyway. They have a drive for freedom and intent to think outside of the box. They are both innovative, innovative, and determined. These strengths allow them to come up with great ideas and act on them. So yeah, can definitely see that with Tom Brady for sure. Uh, his Uranus in Scorpio. So Neptune and Sagittarius. Neptune is ruled by Pisces, and it's the planet of dreams, illusions, artsy things. Like Pisces and Neptune rule over music and art. So it says Neptune is associated with collective consciousness, idealism, dreams and fantasy, projections, undoing, disillusion of the status quo, evolution, artsy, empathy, and illusion, confusion, and boldness on the way to discovering universal truth. So yeah, so rules over, like I said, artsy things, dreams and fantasies, um, evolution, illusions and confusions is some of the things that Pisces and Neptune rules over. So his is in Sagittarius. So Uh, oh, so stop giving us a breakdown. So it said Neptune and Sagittarius bestows individuals with an adventurous and idealistic nature. They possess a strong desire for exploration, seeking higher truths and philosophies. They are often inclined toward metaphysics, spiritual, or religious activities. Think Megan Good, who I just did, had a Neptune and Sagittarius also. So it represents a journey toward spirituality, and self-understanding fueled by optimism, exploration, and a deep sense of purpose. So yeah, I think Megan Good did have it also. And that explains why she was so spiritual, like real spiritual and seeking higher learning and all of them type of things. So I'm not sure how religious Tom Brady is. I never really heard Tom Brady talk about religion or if he's spiritual or not. He was raised a Catholic, but so it says, I think there's a belief system. I'm just not sure what it is. Brady has mentioned God before in interviews, and in one interview for 60 minutes, Brady talked about God and how there's got to be more to life than winning Super Bowls, which he said inspired some believers to mail home copies of the Bible. So he married Giselle in the Catholic Church. So I guess Tom Brady went to a Catholic school, a all boys Catholic school. So he was raised in a Catholic home. Um, Brady's faith falls on a more spiritual path since he doesn't believe in a specific God or religious practice. Rather, he has a mix of everything. So it said he had Bibles all over his house back in 2009. And they did get married in a Catholic church. We're not Jewish, but I think we're into everything. I don't know what to believe. I think there's a belief system. I'm just not sure what it is. So, yeah, he said that he believed in God, but he basically what I get, so it says his dad is a devout Catholic who almost became a priest. So, yeah, so his family was big. He was raised big into religion. Um, Yeah, he attended Catholic school. So he was raised as a Catholic. His family is Catholic. So he was raised very religious. As he got older, like he basically said that he believes in all religions. Like he just don't believe like Catholics is right. He probably believe a little bit in Christians and um Muslim and all different type of religions he believes in. So that's basically where he come from. Like he just have a belief in a bunch of different religion and a bunch of different things. So he is spiritual and religious to a certain degree, but then that's also how he was raised. So yeah, so that's his Neptune and Sagittarius. It's basically saying that this would be a person who's spiritual, can be religious, and then wants a deep sense of purpose. So yeah, so next is his Pluto. His Pluto is in Libra. Pluto is, like I said, ruled by Scorpio, like I said earlier, and it's the planet of death, transformation, and like reinventing yourself. So secrets, life altering. transformation, regeneration, and rebirth. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's about. The planet of transformation, death and rebirth, secrets, obsessive power, is just some of the things that Pluto rules over in Scorpio. His is in Libra, so that's already there. They're passionate about eliminating injustice and promoting peace to make the world a better place. Seeks freedom from traditional notions of partnership, yet intensively craves love. But what I'm getting basically about a Pluto and Libra is that there's somebody who's passionate about all things. You know, Libras are associated with being fair and balanced, hating injustice, being fair-minded. Um, Trying to see what else. Include the ability to let go of deep-rooted patterns of fears, leading to personal growth. So basically, somebody at Pluto, they seeking a balance and moral approach to life. They want to be balanced. They want to fight against injustice, and that's how they can basically transform and reinvent themselves by becoming more balanced and more profound, collective, and conscious transformation achieved. Okay, so yeah, basically that's what I'm trying to say. So their transformation is achieved through peace, balance, and cooperation. So because Pluto is ruling, like I said, transformation, and Libras is all about peace and harmony and beauty and stuff like that. So that's where he gonna be big on transforming himself. He gonna be real big into um balance in his life, like I was saying earlier, about having peace and balance in his life. That's what he's gonna be real important to him when it comes to transforming himself. And over the years as he gets older and stuff like that, that's what he really seeks, is a balanced life. He want a balanced life. So that's the Pluto in Libra. Now his North Node is also in Libra. So like I said, your North Node is your direction in life, what you pull towards. It could be your life mission, your life goal. So North Node is always important. You feel that you are the only one you can rely on. The North Node in Libra, which is ruled by Venus, goddess of love and beauty, is asking you to decompass, calm down, and recalibrate your equilibrium so that you can feel inner peace. Also, learn to ask for help and try to rely on your friends and loved ones. So when your North Node falls in Libra, the sense of potential centers on your ability to effectively compromise and work with others, as well as commit to relationships. So maintaining balance. So yeah, kind of go along with his Pluto in Libra. So basically his life direction, like they said, is to be able to compromise and work with others, because we know that Libra is the sign of partnership, and like I said, the sign of balance and harmony. So his life goal could be to work with others in partnerships, since it's the sign of partnerships, and then also being able to compromise, because Libras is about compromising and working with others. So that can make sense. So we know that so they got to find a balance between supporting themselves and helping others. Libras can really unlock their potential by looking for chances to network and cooperate with their peers. People with North Node Libras can really hit their stride by embracing commitment in their relationships. So having an Aries South Node means that you tend to be on the independent side in that you often prioritize your own needs above others' needs. Like all soft note placements, this comes with pros and cons. While you're undoubtedly courageous and self-reliant, some people might view you as selfish or uncooperative. So yeah, this is all like, so all things about Libra, then Aries is your South Node always going to be the opposite of the sign. So Aries is the opposite of Libra. So basically, Tom Brady is driven to connect with others and partner with others. So he got that from football. You know, football, he was able to collaborate with his peers and connect with his peers. So that's, you know, could be part of the reason why also he was driven to football, because he get to collaborate and work with other people. And, you know, he big into his teammates and friendships and stuff like that. So that makes sense. And then it says that you got to be willing to commit in relationships. So we know that he did that with being married. And that's why he could have wanted to get married and craving too, that and his Venus being a Cancer, why that was important to him. So basically somebody in North Node and Libra just gonna have to learn, like their life mission is to learn how to work with others and be in partnership and relationship with others, which I can see for Tom Brady, like I said, being a football player, getting married and stuff like that. And then with him being a Leo and an Aries is you know, that them two real me first times that really cares about yourself and what you want out of life. So his North Node in Libra and if his Pluto in Libra is what can make him a little bit not as much as selfish and self-centered and caring about others. Basically, is what that means. So his length is in Gemini. Now, your length is the taboo side of you. It's what you like to keep hidden from the world, what you can kind of struggle with. Well, it said left in Gemini is one of the brightest and bubbliest placements as a person can have. It represents someone who constantly seeks out emotional and mental stimulation and love. You have a curious mind and an open heart, fueling your desire to connect and meet new people. There's a constant thirst for intellectual and emotional stimulation, which can make you incredibly engaging and captivating in social settings. Uh, what else? What else? What else? Oh, shame for speaking too much. So yeah, basically a left in Gemini, we know that there's somebody who going, like they say, gonna be intellectual, so they can secretly crave intellectual and it says emotional stimulation. Is somebody who um gonna be different when it comes to their approach to relationships. So you have a fuel to connect and meet new people, and you're gonna be basically big on mental and emotional stimulation. Have a curious mind and an open heart. Person but may grapple with restlessness and fear of emotional. They may struggle with restlessness and a fear of emotional entanglement. Oh, okay, so it basically saying that this person might struggle with um they can't decide what they want. Hmm. Oh yeah, this person can struggle and not be able to make up their mind and know what they want in life. Well, in a relationship, because most of this is saying dealing with relationships. So you see that a lot with Tom Brady chart, with him connecting with people and relationships and things like that. comforting. So yeah, that's his length in Gemini. I can't. I mean, only time Brady would know this, himself if he craves emotional and mental stimulation. If that's really what he craved. But like I said, this your limp, so this is what's taboo, what's hidden from you. So a lot of times you might not realize to this until you get older, or it might be like a what is it, subconscious thing, like to where it's something that you don't even realize that that's what you want. But yeah, it says that have a desire to connect and meet new people. So yeah, I really can't tell you much more about his length in Gemini, how that relates to him besides the stuff that I didn't already said. So yeah. But that's it. That's his length in Gemini. That's Tom Brady's chart. I can see how all of this definitely relates to Tom Brady. Like I said before, his sun and his moon sign, being fire, he got think mostly, yeah, he got 4 fire planets and like 3 air planets, but his north node and left is also in air sign. So his chart is mostly air and fire. He only has a Mercury and Virgo. He only has 1 earth sign, and then he has 2 water signs. So he mostly air and fire. So he's gonna be an intellectual and a fiery, passionate person for sure, which we could see him being. I already explained his son in Leo is why Tom Brady likes to be in the spotlight in movies, like to be on TV, like to be seen. And the more as he got older, like I'm starting to see, like Tom Brady really does love the spotlight. Like he be everywhere. I'm like, Tom Brady just, he loves showing his face, but he get that from being a son in Leo. His moon in Aries is why he's so, he's a go-getter, ambitious. Also why he likes being in the limelight. Both is the reason why he into sports. Because like I said, fire signs it can be real heavy into sports. A lot of fire signs play sports because they like competition. Um, yeah, so that can definitely be explained by his sun and his moon both being in fire signs, why he the way that he is, and he's a real passionate person. His Mercury and Virgo is why why he's a good speaker, and like they said, why he's so analytical in the way that he went about processing information and playing football was real that of a Virgo, now that I think about it and how they explained it. His Venus in Cancer is why he's so big into family. His family, he real huge with his kids and his parents, why he was married to Giselle with her being a son in Cancer. His Mars in Gemini can explain why he's good at doing multiple things, why he adaptable. He very versatile in doing now he broadcasting, he got his mind on a lot of different things, even though football for so long was his main focus. But football allowed him to travel and really, experience and do a lot of different things and communicate. Um, what else did they say? His Pluto in Libra is why he seeks balance and like to cooperate with people and get along with people. The same for his North Node. Why, can both explain why he likes to be into football and work with others and, be in group settings. Neptune and Sagittarius can explain why he's religious, even though he was growing up religious. So it kind of goes the same way. So yeah, that's definitely Tom Brady birth chart, and I can see how all of this definitely relates to Tom Brady for sure. Definitely, another birth chart that lines up for sure. So lastly, I'm gonna look at some traits about Tom Brady. Okay, so some facts and stuff about Tom Brady. So, Tom Brady full name is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. So he's a junior. He's named after his father. He was born, obviously, August 3rd, 1977, in Santa Mayo, Maytel, California. So he was born in California. He went to the University of Michigan. So right here, that's why we love him in Michigan. Because I think he won, what was it, the Rose Bowl, I believe, against Alabama when he was playing for Michigan. So he went to the University of Michigan. He's 6'4", 225, right-handed. He played 21 years in the NFL. He won 7 Super Bowl rings, went to 14 Pro Bowls. That's it. But what else about Tom Brady? Because I know a lot about Tom Brady, but he holds a bunch of NFL records. So I mean, that's really, pretty much it. I mean, he 47. He was born in California. He was married once to Giselle, a famous actress. He got 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. Famous football player, played football majority of his career. He has been in a few movies. Think he was in Ted too. Think that was it. But I know he was in a movie before. He about to be a broadcaster, so he's gonna be talking football. He's named after his father. He was born in a 2-parent household. His dad and his mom are still together. What else about Tom Brady? Uh, he's considered the greatest football player of all time. He won 7 Super Bowls. What else? Trying to think what else about Tom Brady that's really relevant. I guess that's really it for the most part that you would want to know somebody. How we seen who he dated, how old he is, where he's from, how many kids he has, what he did for a living. I mean, that's pretty much it for the most part um about Tom Brady. Ain't really much else to really know. Then we got his birth chart, so we was able to look at his personality, um, for sure. Then you got Bill Belichick, who he was his coach for a long time. So I know that Bill Belichick is the Aries with the Capricorn moon. So that's why they was able to work because it's a Leo in the Aries. So they was able to work and win Super Bowls. A lot of people felt like they didn't like each other towards the end. I could tell like they had points like both of them said where they didn't get along, but that's any relationship when you with somebody for so long. But they seem because like I said, when you got the same element as somebody, y'all think the same. Y'all see the world the same. So that's why him and Belichick could really have got along and understood each other. And they both leaders because Tom Brady got an Aries moon. So, he could really relate to Bill Belichick for sure. And that's why they could have got along a lot, got along well. And then they both like competition and they both like winning. So that can explain their relationship, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. So yeah, that's Tom Brady birth chart. Happy birthday, Tom Brady. The greatest of all time for sure. It ain't no argument about it. I've been saying this for years and years when people were saying Peyton Manning was better than Tom Brady. But Tom Brady always been my guy. Him and Randy Moss is my 2 favorite football players. So in '07, when they came together, that was like a match made in heaven. It still hurt me that they didn't win that Super Bowl against the Giants and complete the undefeated season. That's probably my lowest point as a sports fan is that Super Bowl. So yeah, that's Tom Brady. Shout out to all the Leos. I got maybe 1 or 2 more Leo videos coming. I'm not for sure who I'm gonna do, but there's a lot of Leos to choose from. Cause like I said, Leos are mostly in the spotlight. There's a lot of Leo actors and actresses and a lot of athletes that's Leos. I know that President Obama is a Leo off the top of my head. I think Leonard, can't believe I'm messing up here. Leonardo DiCaprio. I believe that he's a Leo. Who else? I can't. It's a lot of Leos though. I can't even think of off the top of my head. So I'll be back with some more Leo videos. That's out. That's the video. Shout out to Tom Brady. Thanks for all of the memories for sure. I'll be back later.